recently I've got a lot of questions about my job in Japan. So today I invite my colleague here to share with you guys about recruiting industry in Japan. Can you introduce yourself first?
Sure. Hi guys, my name is Tierney. I work together with Hannah, and this is my 5th year working with this firm, which is Hayes Japan, and I cover more on commercial side. Hannah is more on technology engineering side.
Yes. Great. Then can you share with my fan what is recruiting companies?
So basically recruiting companies like an agent, and it's just like we do have client side and we do have candidates. So client side gave us the job leads and asked us to find talents for that positions, and the candidates registered with us to get more visible on the market. So basically we just connect both of them to provide a better solutions for both sides to have kind of better, how to say,
Win-win.
win-win frame.
Yes, it is. Okay. Why is recruiting company so popular in Japan?
Yes, I heard that. You just told me that in Vietnam.
It's not that popular in Vietnam.
Well, I start to learn this idea when I first joined this company. Before that, I didn't know that there's actually recruiting firm which help people to find the job. I was like, what a fabulous idea it is. But recently, it's getting more and more popular in Asia, especially in Asian countries. Because this idea, recruiting firm idea actually came from the Western countries. So for example, in Japan, we do have like a lot of competitors only in Tokyo. But the idea for that is basically because from the client side, Japan's they don't have that many talents, or those talents are way too non-visible in the market that the client can be very difficult to find. So they usually want us to help to gathering all those skill sheets for them to review and for them to get the best talent from the market as well. And from the candidate side, because what they want is just not a job opportunity. What they want is more kind of ideas of what kind of their life goals will be, or they do have the skill set themselves. They do have something that they want to achieve in the future. So our recruiting firm, our jobs not only provide the job to that person, it's more about we provide idea or advice on how that person can plan his or her career and to achieve the goal eventually.
Yeah, it's like two sides.
So it's more about consulting instead of just to connect.
Yeah, it's just
add values is more important.
True. What are our jobs, our duties, our daily tasks every day?
So me and Hannah is currently covering different desks. Maybe I just start first on what I'm doing daily. I joined this firm 4 years ago, 4+ years ago. I'm currently a business manager on sales marketing Temti. So half of the job is going to help my team members to achieve their goals daily, and another half is doing the business myself as well. When I first joined, I was more on doing the daily operation stuff, like I will need to go to contact the clients and to contact candidates at the same time. The circle of the recruiting is more about job in to job out, and it's a 360 what we call recruiting routine methodology here. To get the job ins, basically you have to reach out to clients, and then to get the job leads to get the trust from them first, and then to get the job description as well. And to the job out process, we need to clarify the requirements that they have, and based on their requirements to start source candidates, use different resources, which is a secret here, I'm not going to tell you. And then we get the best profile, or we get multiple profiles that we present to clients, and they set up the meetings. We give the advice to our candidates. If we really want the job, we do preparation, we add values to their resumes to make them more presentable towards our clients. And then after they get the job, we consider this as the job out. So the whole circle is from job in to job out, and the average timeline for this will be 1 month to 3 months.
Yes. So basically, how many types of employment are there in Japan?
Yes. So usually we divide that into, we consider this kind of questions like in 2 different ways. First of all, it's a direct hiring or it's an indirect hiring.
Yes.
When I say direct hirings, there are 2 different types. First of all, it's like what we usually know is FT, full-time employee. This can be considered here in Japan as a permanent hiring. Then once you join the company, especially if it's a Japanese domestic company, you can serve the company like for your whole life long. What we call that in Japanese is nenko joritsu. Basically, based on your age, they give you that salary, or based on your seniority, they pay you a certain salary. But you can be there as long as what you want. And there's another type of direct hiring is going to be contractor. So you're still going to hire by the company directly, but you do sign a contract with the specific terms. You do receive the same benefits as the other employees. The only difference is going to be you have a very limited, you do have a limited term of assignment. So this contract may terminate after some couple months or couple years. So these 2 are direct hiring. And then there's indirect hiring, which the employee companies need to hire through an agency. And Hayes, my company, is going to be act as an agency. So basically, there are candidates and there are companies. The company want to hire this person, but they don't have headcounts. And then they need to they need to borrow the headcounts from an agency, which is us, to hire this talent to have them working on site. And this is what we call it as the indirect hiring. And then within this indirect hiring range, there are 3 different types as well. First of all, it's hakken. What we call here is hakken shain, or gyomu itaku, or self-employment. But these 2 can be combined together as basically the company gives the assignment as a package to one person, ask that person to do that based on the contract. And hakken, gyomu itaku, and self-employment usually paid by hourly range or monthly range. So it's like renewable contracts based on months.
Yes. Do you know that in Vietnam we usually just have the permanent type, the contract type of employment? It means a long term, but we don't have much of hakken or gyomu itaku.
Okay.
So it's like a new concept for me.
Yes,
so,
I mean, in my country, the same. We don't really have those kind of...
True.
But we don't really have a lifelong term kind of hiring either. We need to still sign the contract every couple years.
Yes, true. But the short term, the indirect hiring is really popular in Japan. So can you share with us like some of the benefits of those kind of contracts?
To me, when I first had this concept, I was like, oh, this position might not be very stable. But consider someone who really want to experience a lot of type of jobs and working environment when they were young. Hakken is actually a really great position for you to experience different type of industry and job contents. Also, it's very flexible. You can work whenever you want. I do have one contractor who's currently working at one of the huge, big majority IT company. That person is really typical because she worked every 3 months and traveled 3 months after that.
Oh, really? Wow.
Which is really great. So the lifestyle that you can choose from hakken work is actually very beneficial.
Like flexibility.
Yeah, flexibility.
You cannot have it with that normal direct one.
But also there's something else that you can also add value to a hakken, or what we call that indirect contract, is actually we do provide, like agency do provide different package, what we call here package, that benefits to our contractors as well. For example, for hakken contract or gyomu itaku, the on-site specialists, they do receive insurance, for example, pension and allowance, sometimes like commuting allowance as well. So these are actually the package is actually the same as what we are having right now ourselves. So it's also very stable in a sense, I guess.
Yes, makes sense. And also, like, if we try to stay in a very stable, permanent job, it's very difficult to get raise in salary. It's just the longer you stay, the higher salary you get.
Yes.
But for contract, you can like challenge yourself in like such more challenging positions,
true.
and then get more compensation for you.
That's true. Yeah. Also, what else I can think about is if you want to stay in one company like forever, you will lose the chance to experience the other companies and some fancy names, the big companies, big names. They do hire people from contractors first because they do want to testify if they are a culture fit or not. Yes.
So a lot of big companies, they just hire contractor first, like until 6 months or 1 year. If they're happy with the performance and the working attitude, until then they decide to get them the permanent
That's
contract.
true. Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, I kind of want to be a contractor now.
Yeah, so basically that is some inside information about recruiting industry.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, you can definitely let us know by LinkedIn. I definitely gonna put her LinkedIn and my LinkedIn in the description box. And LinkedIn and what else? Instagram.
Instagram, but it's more
definitely
personal.
check out our Instagram. Yes, we're pretty active there.
Yeah, recruiter do spend a very colorful and active life, actually.
Yeah, so do contact her, Tenny, and me, Hannah. Oh my god, it's so cheesy. Anyway,
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye. See you next time, hopefully.
「細かいことは気にしない」「つまずいたってめげません」「とにかくぼちぼち頑張りましょう」「毎度の遅刻ごめんなさい」「本当に悪いと思ってます」「目覚まし直して頑張りましょう」「そのうちなんとかなるでしょう」